Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm glad to be here. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are watching or may be watching later today. Before we get started, if you have 2 blocks, I don't think we'll need a strap, but it's always good to have it close by just in case you may need it. I'm visiting my daughter, so I don't have all my equipment here with me. And what I found for blocks today was just 2 balls, okay? So improvising, that's really how all the props gave birth to themselves over the years, using whatever we have around the room or your house or wherever you are. So you don't have to have 100% of all the modern props that we have these days. I'm all about improvising. So I have my 2 balls. I have a strap here because I brought it with me. And I have a mat that is a little dark. So I will make sure that I will repeat again the right leg and the left leg, because oftentimes, even if you have light mat and light clothes, it's hard to notice which leg is. So I will do my very best to cue you in, and I'll repeat again the sides. The main object of the practice of yoga really is to practice, to be together, to breathe. Our breath is a source of healing for us. It's a life force, so we take it to another level, not just to survive, but also to heal. Today's focus practice is twist and shine. We're going to do the whole class. We're going to break down we will break down the different poses in order to get to the function of what twisting has to do. So the main function with the twisting we need is, it mainly comes from the thoracic spine. So we're going to do the flexion of the spine and then the extension of the spine, lateral flexion to each side, and then that will allow us to do the rotation, which is the twisting. So in order to do the twisting, to really feel that you're in that pose, the whole practice today will start again from regression, from simple, and then we will build it up. I'm not going to give you a peak pose because there will be a few to pick from, but the whole class is a peak pose. Wherever you are today, you're practicing and you're growing in your own pace. All of you will be able to do majority of the class, and the majority of the class is the prep for maybe a few poses that I will offer towards the end of the class. So the shine comes from the whole nature of yoga is to shine the light and the awareness into the dark spots in our body. When we detox, when we twist, it's a major detox for the organs. We're squeezing out dormant fluids that are there, like stale fluids, toxins out of the blood. And then when we come out of the pose, you will feel this flow of blood, fresh blood traveling through your body. You may feel tingly, you may feel warmth, your heart rate may go up from time to time, but as always, your inner light is going to shine and guide you and really shine the areas that are giving you feedback of, oh, I need to do this more often. So let's go and get started on the back in a very lazy Shavasana. Spread your legs out in a V position. Hold on to opposite elbows and then spread the space between your shoulder blades and then extend your arms out. Take a moment here to welcome yourself into your mat, into your inner practice, physically, mentally, emotionally. To allow your inner light to be your inner guide along with your breath. So from the get-go, our practice is, all of the practice of yoga is based on the breathing, Notice your back body against the mat. Take a moment to scan your body and notice the overall sensations and the mindset that you brought in initially. Turn the light on in your chest cavity. Wherever you feel limitation of any mobility internally, turn the light on in there. Focus your breath and notice the transition of your body evolving from the in. After every inhalation at the top of your breath, pause for a moment, acknowledge, feel, and then exhale it out, vacuuming all the toxins, the negativity, and then pause at the bottom of your exhalation. Now as you bring awareness to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, envision a little pencil that is lit, illuminated pencil. And from your left leg, you sketching out the outline of your body's shape on the floor, on the mat, wherever that is. And notice what that feels like. From your left leg, all the way to your toes, to your inner leg, through your pelvis, through the inner right leg, to your inner right foot, your toes, your outer foot, your outer leg, your outer hip, your outer waistline, all the way to your armpit. Feel that outline, a little light illuminated, as if you're carving out the shape of your body with your inner lit pencil, through the inner right arm, through your fingertips, through the right outer arm, outer shoulder, outer neck, right neck, through the right side of your skull, and then going down to the left side of your body. Through the left ear, your left side of your neck, your left shoulder, your left outer arm, your fingertips, your inner arm towards your armpit. Notice the light. Notice the shape of your lit body. From the inner left armpit towards your left rib cage, your waistline, your left hip, your outer leg, all the way to the outer left foot where you started. Breathe into that space, and then allow your organs, your muscles, your ligaments to reach from the inside to the edges of your body. Feel the space of your breath, reaching like a magnet to the edges of the outline of your lit body. Good. With your next breath, open your eyes if you close them. Bend your right knee to 90 degrees, spread your toes, lift up your right arm over your heart extended. On the exhale, engage your core, drop your right knee to the right, cupcake your right hand. You can extend the right leg out and then cupcake your right hand diagonal to the right. Sorry, to the left. Press the outer blade of your left pinky toe. Breathe here. Big circle with your right hand. Try to grace the floor with your fingers all the way to the right. You can bend your right knee if you need to. We'll do that again. Come back the same way you came out. Over your head, big circle, cupcake your hand. Breathe here, draw the right shoulder away from your ear. Lengthen your spine again, trying to, from the beginning, a little twisting here, lengthening the waistline, the rib cage. Slowly bend your right knee, power your belly, come all the way up to the center, extend your right leg out, even yourself out. Breathe. Left leg bends 90 degrees, spread your toes. Lift your left arm over your heart, inhale. On the exhale, drop your leg to the right, cupcake your left hand to the right. Option to straighten your left leg. Breathe here, press the outer blade of your right foot. Lengthen your spine tall. Keep breathing. Inhale, grace the floor with your left hand all the way to the left. Open your heart, breathe. Lengthen your hips away from your rib cage. And come back the same way, hand over your head. Grace the floor if possible. All the way back to the right. Round your spine slightly, a little flexion. Breathe here. Good. Slowly bend your left knee. Power your core. Come all the way back. Even yourself out on the mat. Hug your knees to your chest. Little circle. One way and another. Turn the music on. Breathe and breathe. From here, knees together, feet together. Drop your knees over to the left. And take your left hand over your right thigh. Flatten out your shoulder blades. If you need to lift your left shoulder and walk it to the left slightly, do so. Option gaze to the right. For some of you, your right hand will be over your head. Each variation is great, but think again of the length of the spine. We need to use the right awareness to turn the light on, to shine the light in the areas that feel short, stagnant. Breathe into that space. So we need a lot of length into the waistline, into the rib cage, those intercostal muscles. Breathe. Good. Slowly come center, release it. Lift your feet off the floor, inhale. Engage your core, travel to the right, lengthen your hips away from your ribs from the get-go. Right hand can be over your left thigh. Walk your right shoulder to the right slightly. Breathe. Again, as you take an inventory, notice what you feel, where you feel. Breathe. As if you're stenciling out your whole left side of your body, elongating that tissue, breathing it. The power of your gaze and your breath can be super beneficial for healing, for growth, for awareness. Good. Slowly come center, release. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. This time, if you have a little bit more length, you're going to straighten your legs towards your left, towards your left wrist. So inhale, use your core, travel to the left, straighten your legs if you have that available, all the way towards your left wrist. Feel free to take your left hand over your shin or your heel exhale wherever you are. Gaze to the right, lengthen the spine. Breathe. Then shine your inner light. Focus on the detoxification, the elongation of your tissue, your thoughts. Breathe. Breathe here. Bend your knees slightly. Use the core to come all the way up. Lower your feet. Even yourself out. Lift your feet off the floor 90 degrees. Engage your core. Drop your knees or straight legs to the right, towards your right wrist. So it's not 90 degrees. It's a little bit less than that. Maybe about 45 degrees or so. Feel free to take your right hand on your left shin or heel. Lengthen your spine long. Breathe into your rib cage. Breathe into your waistline. And as if you're stenciling out the shape of your body to elongate and iron out any tightness, discomfort, whatever that is, breathe into it. Okay. Slightly bend your knees, inhale, use the power of your core to come all the way up. Lower down. Okay. From here, inhale. Bring your hands over your head. Lift your feet off the floor. Squeeze your inner legs together. Corset your abdominal muscle. Rectus abdominis is working, but more than anything else, we're going to use now the transverse abdominis, the deep muscles, and your obliques. For twisting, we need the oblique muscles, internal and external obliques. Here we go, hands over your head, inhale. Exhale, lift your shoulders, take your hands to the outside of your left leg. Create contact between your right arm and your left outer knee. From here, squeeze and lift. Bring your knees towards your chest. Create a little C curve, so there's a little flexion here. There is rotation. Extend the right leg out, breathe. Lift a little bit more. Your left knee wants to come to the midline. Resist your hand and your leg towards each other. Lift up your left leg up to the ceiling if it's available for you. You can still stay bent with both legs. Breathe and squeeze. Feel your core muscles. Feel your oblique muscles for more. One more breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Come down. Lower and rest. Oh, check it off. Okay. Inhale. Notice how your heat, I said we were talking about heat. It's coming. I'm already starting to feel the heat in my body. Inhale. Hands over your head, plug the upper arms in. Use your core muscles. Lift your shoulders off the floor. Create contact. Bring your knees towards your chest. So they're not at 90, they're much more flexed now. Your left outer arm to the right outer knee. Squeeze here. Keep breathing. Feel the contact. Extend the left leg out is an option. Keep breathing. Notice your oblique muscles working. Option to lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Come a little higher, squeeze. Bend your knees if you need to. Lift a little bit more, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slowly bend your left leg, bend your right leg. Release your arms, lower your legs down. Shake it off. Here comes the process of detoxification. Exhale the tension. Exhale the toxins, the negativity. And then shine that new space you've created with your inner breath, your inner light. Cross your legs, inhale, and then come all the way up to all fours. We'll sit on our shins here. If you need a block to sit between your legs, feel free to do so, okay? So now, with detoxification, it's appropriate for us today to do breath of fire, Kabbalabati. Another name for that breath is skull shining. Because we detoxifying, this breath goes slow if you need to. For someone that is new to that, it might even allow, you might even feel a little nauseous or lightheaded. So go slow. What it is, we focus mainly on the exhalation. The inhalation will take care of itself. I'll just show you. I'm gonna breathe in regularly. Inhale, exhale, short inhale, exhale. Okay? So you're focusing on your exhalation, your inhalation will take care of itself. We're gonna do about 10 breaths like that. So see the way I'm sitting. If that's not comfortable, find another seat, even if you're on a chair. Inhale regularly. Exhale. Short inhale. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll add that breath to movement, okay? You're gonna bring your hands into cactus arms. Inhale regularly, one breath. Exhale. Short inhale. Exhale. Two more. Pause. Release your hands to your thighs. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Notice the vibrations in your body. Feel the heat. I'm already starting to sweat in here, so I know that I'm in my journey, detoxification here, twisting, shining. Coming to all fours. Turn your fingertips towards your knees. Inhale, shine the collarbones forward. Drop your chest. Don't think of your low back, start from your chest cavity. Oftentimes we take all the deflection or the extension from the low back. We don't want to do that. So with the extension, start from your upper back. That's going to keep your low back happy. Shine your collarbones, inhale. Exhale, round your spine, breathe. Gaze towards your navel. Inhale, start from your upper back. Shine your collarbones, breathe. Exhale, round. Again. Trying to mobilize the whole spine. Breathe, inhale, shine. Extension of the spine. Exhale, flexion. And now from here, go at your own pace. Shift, play with your shoulders, with your hips. Gaze to the right, gaze to the left. Do whatever feels good for you. Notice as you exploring the feedback that you're getting from your body. Slowly release. Bring your hands to neutral. Extend your right leg out to the right. So I'll be here, you can see me. Align your foot with your knee. Keep your left hand, the wrist aligned with your left knee. Bend the right elbow, inhale. Extend the arm, exhale, lift, shine. Now again, length in your spine is super important for the twisting and any pose in yoga. So lengthen the tailbone to the back wall. Shine your skull to the top. Breathe here. Inhale. Push the floor to lift your chest up. Inhale. Keep your hands open in a windmill. Inhale. Leading with your left hand towards your right chin. Exhale. Hold on to your ankle, to wherever you have. And now twist to the right. Again, lengthen your tailbone, lengthen the crown of your head, breathe. There is a rotation here, your oblique muscles are working, breathe. Lead with your left hand, come all the way up, inhale. Modified side plank, align your left hand with your left knee, lift up your right leg up. Flex your right foot, inhale. Exhale, knee to your elbow, squeeze. Good, breathe here, push the floor with your left shoulder. Extend the right leg out, lower your right foot, push the floor to come up, twist to the right, inhale. Lead with your left hand to your ankle or your shin, open and twist. Lengthen your crown of the head, lengthen your tailbone, make your waistline super long, breathe in there. One more time, power, lift up with your left hand, modified side plank, lift up your right leg, breathe here, knee to the elbow, squeeze. Get small, use those oblique muscles, breathe here, push the floor with your left shoulder. Slowly, slowly, extend the leg out. Bring your right knee next to your left knee. Child's pose. Breathe and lengthen. Shift your hips to the right, to the left, exhale out. And that's what we do through our journey in life as well. We take a pause, we let go of the things that don't serve us, and we shine our whole mind, body, and soul with this illuminating inner light. Spread your fingertips in front of you, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. You can keep your knees bent, lengthen your hips high, lift your kneecaps. In the past weeks, we talked about the engagement of the arms, the pulling action between the wrists away from each other and the heels of your hand towards your feet. Breathe here. Walk your dog side to side. Again, give some attitude, slight twisting. You can even draw your heels to the left and gaze to the right. Lengthen your lateral side of the body. Lift your heels, draw them to the other side. Feel and turn your inner light on. Shine, brighten your inner body. Slowly come up center. Inhale, gaze forward. Lower your knees to the floor slowly. This time your left leg goes out. Align your foot with your right knee. Align your right wrist with your right knee. Bend the left elbow. Inhale, open that chest. Extend your arm out. Breathe. Draw the right hip back so you're keeping your spine long. Keep breathing. Through your whole practice, you're taking a slight inventory, being aware of what is the feedback your body is giving you. So you become a good technician to your body. Notice your mind. From here, inhale, push the floor to lift your right arm up. Twisting to the left, inhale. Leading with your right hand towards your left shin. Hold on to something. Open your chest. Breathe. Draw the right hip back. Draw the right shoulder away from your ear. So this side is a little tighter for me. I'm going to turn the light on towards my ribcage. That's where I feel stagnant energy. Push the floor, lead with your right hand, come all the way out of there. Side plank modified. Align your right hand, lift up your left leg. Push the floor with your right shoulder, inhale. On the exhale, squeeze your knee to your elbow, come small. Push the floor. Breathe. Use your oblique muscles, extend your left leg out. Lower down, push the floor to come up. Twist to the left, inhale. Exhale it with your right hand to your shin. Open and twist. Breathe here, draw the right hip back. Create space in your mid back. Breathe. Shine the collarbone, shine the crown of your head. One more time. Push the floor, come up with your right hand. Modified side plank. Notice your heart rate is going up. Push. Inhale here, exhale knee to your elbow. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slowly bring your left knee next to your right knee. Extend your arms out. Spread your fingers, index finger facing the front of your mat. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Breathe, lengthen. Now, use that same visual that we did in the beginning of class, outlining from the outer body, your left pinky finger to your left outer arm, all the way to your waistline, to your outer left leg, and do the same thing with your right side. Notice how long can your spine be. Breathe. Now, gaze forward, lift up your right leg, right knee towards your right elbow, round your spine, flexion, lower your right knee down all the way to the floor, drag the knee to the back wall, come up to down dog. Left leg lift, inhale, bend your knee to your left elbow, round your spine, lower your left knee all the way down to the floor, drag your left knee back, down dog. Okay, this one you may have to watch me, so do your best to follow what I'm saying. Lift up your right leg, take your right knee to your left elbow, lower your right knee all the way to your left wrist, walk your right hand forward, just one hand, bring your left knee next to your right knee. Okay, from here, walk your left hand forward, use your core. Many of you will stay here. Some of you that want a little bit more, you're going to bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Squeeze and squeeze, lots of core here, lots of balance. My left knee is off the floor. If you need to bring it down, do so. Lengthen the hip back. Breathe here. Waking up the body, like I said, twisting of all variations. Shine the chest forward. I'm losing my balance here. Okay, bring your hands back to where they were. Take your left leg back. Take your right leg back, downward facing dog. Shake it off. Okay, left leg lifts. Take your left knee to your right elbow, twist. Come high. Lower your left knee behind your right wrist. Walk your left hand forward. Bring your right knee next to the left knee. Right knee can be on the floor. If you want a little more, right knee off the floor. Walk your right hand forward. Power your belly, round your spine slightly. Left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Squeeze the hand to your thigh. Round your spine, draw the shoulders back. Breathe. Pelvic floor active. Button your pants and zip your pants to feel your deep core muscles. Good. From here, bring your left hand down to your mat. Bring your right hand down to your mat. Right leg behind you. Left leg behind you, downward facing dog. Walk it off. Gaze forward, bring your feet towards your hands. Find your blocks in front of you. Inhale, lengthen halfway, hands to your blocks of your head or your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, lengthen, draw the shoulders back. Lengthen your tailbone. Squeeze the inner thighs, exhale, forward, forward. Hands to your shins, hands to your hips, bend your knees, power your core, power your glutes, come all the way up, Urdhva Namaskar, hands over your head to your heart center. Breathe here. Breathe in and breathe out. Let go of all the tension. Notice your body starting to illuminate from within. The power of your gaze allows you to soften the vibrations in your body. The power of your exhalation, elimination of toxins, negativity, negative thoughts, let it go. Bring your hands in front of you. Right wrist over your left wrist. Bring your palms together. If you can't get that, just do your best or hold on to your left wrist. Palms together without interlacing your hands. Take your right leg behind your left leg. Bend your left knee slightly. Bend the elbows. Lift your arms up and straighten. Side bend over to the left. Your left knee can stay slightly bent. Now listen, don't collapse. Lengthen your spine. Remember we talked about that for twisting. Keep the elongation. So we have side flexion here and a little rotation. Your left rib cage is shining to the ceiling. Breathe. Keep lifting your spine tall and then side bend. Come center with your hands, release your hands. Right foot next to the left foot, hands to your heart center. Pause. Shine your inner light. Exhale the toxins. The more we let go, the more we find ourselves smiling. The lighter we are in our whole being. Bring your hands in front of you, left wrist over the right, palms together. Left leg behind the right. Bend the elbows, bend the right knee. Lift your arms up and over your head. Side bend to the right. You can bend your right knee slightly, do whatever works for you, but lengthen your spine first, then side bend. Bring your front lower ribs towards your spine. Envision your crown of your head elongating you, lifting you all the way to the right. And now shine your right rib cage towards the ceiling. Breathe. Come up. Release your hands. Feet together. Take a moment, set your intention. Notice how your body feels so far. And remind yourself that through the practice where you feel claustrophobic, maybe in the twisting motion, you know there is a purpose, you know you're detoxifying the organs, the dormant fluid that is there, your blood, and then there is that rush of blood that is coming after that. Open your feet about hip-width apart. Draw your hips back, bring your hands forward, variation of chair pose, Utkatasana. Breathe here, there's a natural spine here, so there's a natural curve in your low back. Lift your lower ribs into your spine, and then push the floor to come all the way up. Do it again, inhale. Exhale, use your core, draw your hips back. Lift your front ribs, lower ribs towards your spine. Draw the upper arms into the socket. Push the floor and come up. We're adding on this time. Inhale. Bend your knees. Take your left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Keep your hips even. Open your right arm to the right. Lift your front ribs up. Lengthen the chest forward. Breathe here. Take your weight to your heels slightly. Gaze forward. Left leg goes back. Lower your left knee down. Sorry. Come closer with your upper left arm to your outer thigh. Lift your belly in, open the right arm. Keep breathing here. Draw the inner thighs, lengthen your spine. Gaze forward, we change our hands. Take your right hand to your thigh, turn your left palm up. Side flexion again, lengthening the hip flexors here, your lats, your obliques, serratus, your intercostal muscles. Breathe and lengthen. Gaze forward, frame your right foot, lift up your back knee, downward facing dog. Walk your feet slightly, come into plank pose all the way from your pubic bone, lift, shoulders over your wrist, inner elbows forward, lower your knees down, chest and chin lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Start small if you like. Breathe here. Push the floor, come up, downward facing dog. Left leg lifting here. Gaze forward, left foot forward, right knee down. Find your blocks if you have them. Hamstring stretch, draw the left hip back, draw the left heel towards your left sitting bone. And now the tendency here is to collapse in your chest. Shine your heart forward, crown of the head forward, tailbone back. If you're super tight, bend your front knee and straighten as many times as you need to. Bend and straighten. I personally like to do that a few times just to hydrate the tissue. Shine your chest forward, shoulder blades behind you, breathe. Draw the left hip back. From here, if you need the block, take the block to the inner leg. Take your left hand to your waistline. Draw the shoulders back. Lift your core, twist to the left. Push the floor with your right shoulder. Draw the left hip back. Again, thinking of long spine, that's the whole. The longer your spine is, the more mobile it is, the better twisting you're gonna get. Gaze forward, frame your left foot, lift up your back knee, feet together. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan that all the way up. Hands to your heart center. Pause. Give your body the opportunity to exhale and eliminate all the vibrations in your body. So the next flow comes from a peaceful place. You don't want to go from one roller coaster to another. Be aware of what I just said. Always, before you go to the next thing, you want to eliminate all the vibrations, the toxins, the tension in the body. Ultimately, we want to keep our nervous system calm so we can progress in our practice. Open your feet as wide as your hips. Engage your core and your glutes. Bring your hands forward. Lower your chair. Lengthen your spine, right outer arm to your outer left knee. Draw the left arm behind you. Chest forward. Hips back. Feel how long your spine can be. Are you smiling? Breathe here. Okay, gaze forward. Bring all your weight to your left foot. Take your right leg behind you. Right knee down. Come a little deeper in your twist. Push. Take your abdominal muscles away from your inner thigh. Shoulders away from your ear. Breathe. Feel the resistance with your outer leg and your arm. That's super important for some of the balances we will do later. Okay, we're changing hands. Gaze forward. Left hand on your thigh. Turn your right palm up. Side bend. Breathe here through the lateral side of your right body. Your hip flexors here getting stretched. Notice as we shine our inner light into those dark spots, there's almost an emotional change in the body. Acknowledge that. Frame your left foot. Lift up your right knee, downward facing dog. Walk your feet slightly. Plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga anyway. You can always bring your knees down. Lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Child pose is always an option for you. Please respect your practice. Right leg lifts. Gaze forward. Right foot forward. Left knee down. Find your blocks. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your right hip back. Bend and straighten a few times so you're getting a hip extension with the left, and then hamstring length here with the right. Breathe. Bend again if you feel that you need it. Lift your belly up, your lower belly. Exhale, draw the right heel towards your right sitting bone. Engage your right kneecap. Breathe. Again, please take a note of what is the feedback in your body. Where do you need to shine your inner light to brighten that dark space in the tissue in your body. Okay, keep your right leg extended, left hand to the block or to the floor. Engage your core muscles and now lift your lower ribs up. Right hand to your hip. Lift your chest, twist to the right. Draw the right hip back, lengthen your chest forward, lengthen your hips back. Slowly gaze forward, bend your right knee, move the blocks out of your way, frame your right foot, lift up your left knee off the floor, shift your weight back to come to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, hands to your hips. Inhale, lift all the way up. Urdhva Namaskar, hands to your heart center. Okay, we're going to progress a little bit more here. You're always welcome to keep your knee down, okay? So open your feet hip width apart. Use your core. Chair pose. Breathe here. You have all the notification that you need. Inhale, hands to your heart center. Lift your torso long. Take your left elbow to the outer right thigh. I have to use my hand to help me. Remember, the other option is to use just your hand. The first I'm with you. Breathe here. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen the crown of your head forward. Draw the hips back. Shine your inner light where you feel you need it the most. Breathe here. Gaze forward. Bring your weight to your right foot. Left leg goes back. Knee off the floor unless you need it to come down. Squeeze and deepen your stretch. Lift your left kneecap up. For 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Gaze forward. Frame your right foot. 3-legged down dog. Open the leg. Bend your knees. Tap your hips. Stretch it out. Gaze forward. Lower your right leg or 3-legged plank. Lower down all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, here we go. Feet together. Lift your left leg up. Gaze forward. Left foot forward. Pyramid pose. Find your blocks. Bring your right foot in slightly and towards 1 o'clock. Draw the left hip back. Lengthen your spine tall. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your front knee slightly if you need to. Breathe. Long spine, lift your sitting bones up. Lift your kneecaps up. Breathe. Use any variation that works for you. You can take your hands behind your left thigh. Experiment what works for you. Lengthen your spine tall. Okay, gaze forward, bend your front knee. Take your block or your hand to the right, about 1 foot in front of you and to the right of your left foot. Take your left hand to your waistline. Power up, lift up your right leg. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And now turn your right ribcage towards the ceiling for revolved half moon. Your right toes are down. Squeeze the glute. If you have more in you, then bend the left elbow first and then open to the ceiling. Lengthen the crown of the head. Squeeze the inner thighs. Engage your core. Good. Gaze down. Right foot next to the left foot. Forward fold. Bend your knees slightly. Shake it off. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to your hips. Bend your knees. Use your core and your glute. Push all the way up. Urdhva Namaskar. Hands to your heart center. Take a moment. The deeper we go into the twisting, okay, we're going into some deep layers of toxins that may have not been twisted or touched for a long time. So be aware of that. Give it some kindness. Acknowledge what is. Don't let it just be a monotonous practice. Let it be a meaningful and healing practice. All right, open your feet hip width apart. Sit on your chair. Decide if your right hand goes to the outside of your left thigh or prayer hands. Inhale, exhale, twist. Again, come as far up on your right arm as you can, and then twist to the left. Draw the right hip back. Breathe here. Shine your chest through the crown of your head. Shoulders back. Good. Now, gaze forward, bring all your weight to your left foot. Right leg goes back to lunge or your right knee is down. Come a little deeper into your twist. Lengthen your spine. Breathe. Try to keep your left knee over your left ankle. Lengthen the tailbone. Force some of your breath into there. It's hard to breathe in twisting. So breathe your best. Good. Gaze forward. Frame your left foot. Three-legged down dog. Open your hip. Bend the knee. Gaze over to the right. Lengthen your right hip back. Breathe. Lengthen your leg. Three-legged plank or not. Lower down. You can lower your right knee down. Chaturanga. Relax your legs down. Cobra or up dog. Down facing dog. Exhale it out through the mouth. Okay. Gaze forward, feet together, right leg lifts. All 5 toes are down. Bring your right foot forward. Bring your left leg in slightly and towards 10 o'clock. Draw the right hip back, find your blocks. Lengthen your spine, draw the shoulders back. Lift your kneecaps and then forward fold. You could bend your right knee slightly. Lengthen your spine. Squeeze the inner legs. Okay, here we go. Gaze forward, bend your right knee, take your block or your hand to the left about 1 foot, take your right hand to your hip, lift up your left leg. Squeeze the inner legs together, draw the right hip back, chest forward, 5 toes are down and squeeze the inner legs. You could stay here, or if you want to come to the reverse half moon, then shine your left rib cage towards the ceiling. Keep your right hand still bent. Lengthen your spine tall. If you have more, bend the right elbow up towards the ceiling and then extend the arm. Squeeze those inner legs. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Gaze forward, bend your right knee, lower your right hand, lower your left hand, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to your hips, bend your knees, power your core and your feet all the way up. Into your heart center, rest. Ooh, exhale it out. Rinse your whole body with kindness, with gentleness, and peel off all the vibrations again. Notice how you feel now. All right. From here, come up, open your eyes. We'll go into tree pose. So, it's going to be a little fun. Always an option, you don't have to do it, but since we're focusing on twisting, bring all your weight to your left leg. Lift up your right heel. Bring your right leg to the inner thigh. Resist, and I draw the left hip in. Abduct the left hip to the midline. So notice when we compensate, you can do a lot of things, but if you really account your body to the alignment, it becomes a little more challenging. Squeeze and lengthen your spine. Feel the crown of your head long. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale here, lift out of the low back, turn your chest to the left with your arms. Keep your right knee open, lengthen the crown of your head long. Breathe. Find a spot that doesn't move. Breathe here. Keep opening your right knee to the right. Abduction of the right hip. Gaze forward. Lower your right leg down. Shake it. Breathe in again. We go, we chisel, we awaken, and then we vacuum. So there is new blood flow, oxygen-rich blood. Bring your awareness to your right foot. Big toe, little toe, center of your heel, lift up your left heel. Bring your left foot to the inner thigh. Squeeze your inner legs together. Hands to your heart center. Lengthen your spine tall, get out of the lumbar, and then twisting to the right. Lengthen your spine tall, keep lengthening as you're traveling. And then open your right knee to the right. Whoa. Squeeze those inner legs. Squeeze your glutes, breathe. Gaze forward, lower your leg down, shake it off. Okay. Inhale, exhale, bring awareness to your left foot. You're going to do one more little twist here. Lift your right leg up, flex your foot deeply. Keep breathing here. Take your right hand to your outer shin or ankle, wherever that feels comfortable for you. Lift your left arm up, long spine. and see if you can resist your outer arm, forearm to the outer thigh. Squeeze the inner legs together. Ho, ho, ho. Keep squeezing. Keep your right knee aligned with your hip. Release your right hand. Open to the right. Keep breathing. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Oh. So you see the whole practice is twisting. You're already working. Gaze forward. Bring your hands together. Release. Shake it off. Exhale it out. Breathe. Shine that inner light, softness into your nerve system. And feel the flow of your blood now. All right. Bring the awareness to your right foot. Strong leg. Lift your chest up. Lift your left knee up. Squeeze and flex it towards your chest as best as you can. Right glute is active. Take your left hand to the outer shin or ankle. Keep your knee flexed. Lift your right arm long. Okay, from here, take your right outer forearm or elbow or whatever you have to the outer left thigh. Find that resistance. Okay, only when you have that resistance, release your left hand. Stay here or open to the left with your left arm. Go. Squeeze, lengthen. Breathe. The rotation comes from your rib cage, not from your low back. Push and lengthen. Okay, gaze forward, hands together. Lower your left down. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, shake it off. Okay, let's do a little inversion here. Prasarita Padottanasana. So open your legs so you can see me, whether it's to the right or to the left for you. You're coming forward. Pigeon your feet slightly. Take your hands to your waist, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, draw your hips back. Take both hands to the left ankle or shin. Draw the right shoulder back, draw the right hip back, twist to the left. Again, remember the twisting, you don't want to compress your waistline, lengthen your spine long. Engage your kneecaps, breathe. Envision the crown of your head is reaching the floor ahead of you, and your sitting bones are reaching the wall behind you. Option to take your left hand to your right thigh, to the inner crease, and now you're lengthening your spine longer. Shine your chest, breathe. Use any variation that works for you. Gaze forward, release your left hand. Both hands to your hips, bend your knees slightly, power the floor, and come all the way down. Okay. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold from your hips. Both hands go to your right shin, ankle, wherever you are. Draw the left shoulder away from your ear. Draw the left hip back. Right hand can stay where it is, or you can take your right hand to your left hip crease. Draw the hips back, crown of the head forward. If you need to bend your knees slightly, do so, but still engage the kneecap. Breathe. Turn the light on where you feel challenged. Remember, life, practice of yoga is there to illuminate, to allow us to progress, to be aware of where we are in our body. Gaze forward, release your right hand. Hands to your hips, bend your knees, slowly come up. All right, feet together. Take a moment. Come to the front of your mat. So, warrior one. I'm going to show you one way to get to warrior one that is very friendly for the hips. That's just another method. There's many methods. I like this method because then my hips are happy and my back knee is happy. So the best way to get to warrior one is if you're going to take your leg back, okay? First, you're keeping the right leg straight before you bend it so you can square your hips. Also, you want to take your leg only as far as where if you needed to bring it in, it's coming with ease. So you don't have to do 2 steps to come forward. Okay, so maybe that's too long for you. That's one school of teaching. I like that way. So, and I also like my feet as wide as my hips. So then it gives me a better chance to square my hips. So, keep your right foot where it is. Step your left leg back. Take your left leg to about maybe 10 or 11 o'clock. Make sure your feet are as wide as your hips. Hands to your hip points. Square your hips. Okay, here we go. Keep your hands down, palms facing the front wall. On the exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees, bend your right knee. Draw the right hip back. Now look at the magic and the strength in your left leg as we push the palms down and straight. Feel that activation in your back glute. Good. Straighten your right leg up. We'll do it again. Inhale, bend the elbows, bend your right knee. Exhale, push your palms down. Feel the glute, draw the right hip back. Turn both palms up, warrior one. Keep drawing the right hip back. Keep engaging your left kneecap. Breathe here. Slowly gaze forward. Frame your right foot. 3-legged down dogs. Open your hip. Some of you can go to wild thing if you like. If you know what to do, go for it. Some of you want to try a variation of that. Lower your left knee and then lower your right foot behind you, open. Lift your ribcage up. Gaze forward. Bring your right hand down. Lift your right leg up. Organize yourself. Bring your right foot forward, warrior one. Pivot your left foot again to where you were. Come all the way up. Both legs are straight for now. There we go. Palms facing forward. Bend the elbows, bend your right knee. Push the floor with your hands down. Feel the glutes active. Take your hands behind you. Right thumb on top of the left. Heel toe your right foot to the right. Open your heart. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring your chest forward. Right hip wants to pivot to the right, draw it to the midline. Lengthen your spine tall again. Keep breathing. Keep drawing the right hip to the midline. Breathe. Squeeze the inner legs, lengthen your spine tall. Good. Listen. Release your hands. Gaze forward. Bring your hands forward in front of your right foot, in front of your mat. Lift the back heel and then lift the leg and take it into skater. So bend your right knee, take your left leg all the way to the right. Keep bending your right knee. Your blocks can be here to help you. Draw the right hip back. Stay here. If you want a little bit more, chest is up. Draw your weight to the back. Bring your hands to your heart center. And again, side twisting. Resist, feel the resistance with your outer arm and your outer leg. Draw the right hip back. Breathe and breathe. Gaze forward. Bring your hands down. Bring your left leg next to the right leg. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward. Inhale, swan dive all the way up. Hands to your heart center. Take a moment. Feel, even though through the hard work, I hope that you have a sense of elevation. You feel that your body is changing all of those chemicals in the body. Breathe. All right. Right leg goes back. Find the right length for you. Turn your right foot about 1 o'clock. Hands to your hip points. Square your hips. Good. Palms down, facing the front wall. Squeeze your inner legs. Bend your elbows, bend your front knee. Push the floor with your hands, feel the glute active. Straighten your left leg. We'll do it again. Turn your palms forward. Bend the knee, bend the arms. Push the floor with your hands. Feel the glutes, draw the left hip back. Okay, palms up, all the way, warrior one. Engage your right kneecap, lift your lower abdominal up. Okay, gaze forward, from your left foot, three-legged down dog. Open your hip, stack your hips, go to wild thing, or if you want to modify, come with me, lower your right knee, bend your left knee still and lower your left foot to the floor behind you. Open your left arm, lift your back ribs wherever you are. There's a back bend. Breathe. Gaze forward, lower your left hand, come up to your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Okay, inhale, lift your left leg up. Gaze forward, left foot forward. Sorry, wrong leg, I apologize. Take your leg back again, right leg comes up, inhale. Bring it forward. Left foot, no, I apologize again, change your legs. This time is for real. Left foot forward, right leg back. So again, left leg forward, right foot back. Draw the hips back. Come all the way up. Here we go. Palms facing forward. Bend your knee. Bend your elbows. Turn your palms down. Feel your glute active. Take your hands behind you. Left thumb on top of the right. Heel toe your left leg to the left. Lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Draw the left hip in. Draw the left hip in. Your left shoulder in if possible. Lengthen. Lengthen your spine tall, lengthen your tailbone. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Gaze forward, release your hands. Take your hands in front of you or on the blocks if you need it. Lift your back heel. Skater, lift up your right leg and take it all the way to the left. So your right foot is aligned with your left foot. Bend your left knee. Draw the left hip back. Shine your chest forward. Breathe here. Stay here. For many of you, this is plenty, and it is. If you want a little more, hands to your heart center. Lengthen your spine. Bring your upper arm into the outer right thigh. Your belly has to be out of the way. Draw the hips back. Breathe here. Now shine the collarbones, shine the crown of your head forward. Draw the hips back. That's a great length here. Breathe. Slowly, slowly gaze forward. Release your hands first. Lengthen your right leg. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee. Come all the way down to the floor. Ah, shake it off, Dandasana. Oh my goodness. Shake it off, take your hands behind you for a moment. Breathe here. So, twisting has an enormous effect on the mind, the body, on all levels. Like I said, there is the exchange of the chemicals, so there's a lot of blood rush in the body. There is a lot of detoxification, twisting all of those emotions we're bringing out of the body. And then there is this sense of like fatigue almost. It's like let me just surrender. And what we need to remember that in the practice of yoga, we really challenge the body to allow us to grow, to acknowledge what's weak, what's strong, and to really prep us for surrendering. Even though we want to surrender, our mind is always busy. We want to do it, but we don't know how. So when we get to a place in our body where it's just, okay, I am surrendering, I just want to be. Okay, remember that. Okay, flex your right foot, bend your left leg. Sitting bones down, push the floor long, keep your left hand behind you, lift your right arm. This is all the same actions. Elongation, we already prepped the spine, and now find your upper arm if you can, or anything you have today, to resist the outer thigh. Feel the connection between the outer leg and the upper arm. Push the floor to lengthen your spine tone. Twist here, breathe. And now play with that. Notice if you don't resist what happens. Notice when you resist what happens. Notice when you press the sitting bone and you elevate the rib cage, what happens. All of those are great cues to be aware and good technicians to our body. So when you do other practices in other classes, you have all of those great tools to assist you. Slowly release, extend the left leg out, right leg in. Squeeze it in first, flex your left leg. Find this stability, right? Sitting bones grounded, and feel the freedom. Feel the shining skull up to the ceiling. Ground your right hand behind you. Lengthen your spine. Keep lengthening and adapt your right leg to the midline, right? Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Find your upper arm. Find your upper arm again, and then resist the outer thigh. Push the floor down to elevate your rib cage up, and then twist. Now notice your abdominal organs are squeezing here, detoxing. Breathe and shine your inner light in there. Okay. Slowly gaze forward. Release your hand. Release your leg. So now I want you to watch me. We already did all the twisting we need to do for a month. So I'm going to give you different options, and if none of them work for you, you just stay here and you can twist again here and notice how that feels more open. Or you can come here to a little squat. This time your feet, your heels will be off the floor, your knees will be together, okay? And then you can use your blocks if you like. So again, remember, we need to lengthen the spine, we already have that. So squeeze your legs together, and then you can just come here, walk your blocks to the left. If you have the ability to just resist with your upper arm like we did, that's great, just stay here. Okay, if some of you want to come to side crow, same motion, bring your right arm. So I'm going to the left, I'm going to lengthen my right waistline as much as I can. I'm going to come as up, higher up on my right arm to resist. Squeeze my legs, I'm on my tippy toes. And then I'm going to come up, rest on my hips, lift up my feet. Okay? If you want to go to Kundinyasana, okay, the same action. I'm going to bring my hands down. I'm going to lean forward. You have to shine your chest. Lift your feet, and maybe your legs are going to scissor out. You have to use your glutes and gaze forward. There you go. Okay? There's 3 options actually. So go to, starting on the left side, play with it and play. So come on your tippy toes, lift your chest as tall as possible, find your blocks if you need to, and then find some resistance. Either you're on your blocks or not, you're still lengthening your spine. You're still twisting, breathe. Then you're gonna shine your chest forward and lean your weight forward, but your glutes are active. For you, most of you, your feet will be on the floor, that's okay. But just feel what that feels like to do arm balance. Use any variation here. Squeeze your inner legs, you can lift 1 foot, 2 feet, wherever you are. Come forward, and we'll go to the other side. So straighten your legs out, shake it off. Bend your knees, lift your heels high. take your hands to the right on the block or not. You want to take your hands as far to the right as possible. Lengthen your left waistline as long as possible, and then come as high up on your left arm as you can. I oftentimes have to do it a few times. Then lean forward. Bring your weight forward. It's easier to balance on both elbows. Squeeze your inner legs and gaze forward. Lift one leg, maybe the opposite, maybe both. Squeeze, squeeze, forward, forward. For some of you, your right side of your head, the right temple could be on the floor to give you more assistance. But don't put all your weight on your head. It comes from your core and from your arms, from your glutes. So play with that. Remember, if you want to scissor your legs, come forward, squeeze your inner legs, forward. You have to keep your legs strong. Come back, release it, all the way to the floor. Oh my goodness. Rest on your back. Hallelujah. Again, like I said, everything we did today, even without the unbalances, is already amazing work. I hope that you will feel the benefits of it later on today. I highly recommend to drink a lot to flush out all of the leftover. Eat something nutritious. All right. From here, you can come to, if you have shoulder stand in your practice, I'm not going to teach it today, go ahead and do it. If you don't, you can put a block under your sacrum and lift your legs up for sleeping tiger. If you don't have a block, just do what I'm doing here. I don't have a block, but I'm still in an L shape. If you have a wall, please, you can do that on the wall. Your arms can come all the way up. Breathe again, another inversion. Bringing all that venous blood, slowing the heart rate. Soften your heart, breathe. Soften your skin. Some of you have halasana. You can take your legs over your head if you like. Walk your shoulders towards each other. Breathe here. Slowly, slowly. Release, come down. Use your core, super slow. One vertebra at a time. Take your legs all the way down. Come up onto your elbows, keep your legs long. We'll go into Matsyasana, fish pose. So we're gonna do, it's a back bend, okay? So lift your chest now. We did a lot of flexion, extension, we did all of that today. So ground your elbows, lift your chest, lift your back ribs, take the tongue to the roof of your mouth, lengthen, and then find the crown of your head to the floor as best as you can. Lengthen. If you have that, you can lift your legs or not off the floor. Keep digging the elbows to the mat. Stay where you are. If you want extra stretch for the front of your throat, draw the bottom jaw out. And then you feel a nice stretch in the front of your throat. If your legs are extended, lower them down, bend your knees. Engage your neck muscles, tuck your chin under. Come all the way up, release it. Come all the way to your back. If you need to even out your spine a little bit more, you should be pretty balanced here. Do what you need to do. Hold on to opposite elbows. Walk your shoulder blades away from each other. Relax your arms. Relax your legs. Surrender. Stay on your mat here. Please stay for Shavasana. Like I said, you worked super hard today. And it's very, very beneficial. Like I said, the whole practice is to teach us to surrender. Breathe. If you need blocks, feel free to put blocks underneath. And now bring awareness to your breath. And come back to that third eye again. Find your illuminated pencil. And as if you're drawing with that lit pencil, you're outlining your body. And notice if you feel a little bit heavier on the mat, where there is less control of your muscles, where you're gladly receiving the peace, the calmness. And like in the beginning of the class, envision your organs, your muscles, your bones, your ligaments, expanding within to the outline of your lit body. Notice the flow of your breath. Soften your eyebrows, temples of your head. Turn the light on your shoulders, your upper arms, your hands, your fingers. Let it go. Find the stillness within you. Find your inner pillar of light shining every cell in your body. Breathe deeply, expand your chest. Exhale out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Gather all the lights in your body to your heart center, into a big ball of light, where your heart center is filled with compassion, love, hope, gratitude, awareness. Bend your knees. Roll over to your fetus pose. As always, the most important thing about the practice of yoga is how can we link what we learned today to our daily life. The practice of yoga is the school of life in a safe environment. Push with your upper arm, allow your head to come last into a comfortable seat. And let's check the length of the body again. Take your right hand down to the floor, turn your left palm up, inhale. Exhale, left and gaze to the left. Breathe here. Slowly release it. Take your left hand down, turn your right palm up, inhale. Exhale, round. Slowly come center. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feel the groundness of your sitting bones. Take your palms to the crown of your head. Feel the elevation. Clarity, purity, freedom, liberation. Bring your palms to your heart again. Open your middle three fingers so you're in a lotus mudra. Represents purity and love. And the most beautiful thing about the lotus flower that it grows from muddy water. So always remember, when you're in the mud, this beautiful flower is there. Without the mud, there is no lotus flower. And at the same time, decide if you want to be the mud or the lotus flower. Namaste. Thank you. Good practice. Wasn't easy, twists are not easy, but I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better through the day. Remember, in twisting the long spine and then the rotation. Thank you for being here today. Please leave me comments. That helps me a great deal. If it was super hard, if it was, you could do most of the class, that's what I really hope for. Any comments, I really look forward to the comments that were difficult so I can work on those for the future and share the class with everyone else. I will be here next Sunday. Thank you again. Happy Father's Day. Happy Sunday. Enjoy.